The Big Whack presents Buffalo on the Rise, sponsored by Dr. Kaplansky Dental Implants. Get new permanent teeth in 24 hours with our exclusive Teeth Now process. Welcome to the television show devoted to local business, Buffalo on the Rise, with your host, Joe Chili. There's an entrepreneurial spirit in Western New York that's putting our area on the cusp of greatness. Each week, Buffalo on the Rise features local business leaders and decision makers who are shaping our future. If it's about local business, we'll talk about it right here, right now, during Buffalo on the Rise.
I'm Joe Chili. On this edition of The Big Whack presents Buffalo on the Rise. If you're in pain and everything you've tried just doesn't offer help, you'll want to hear what our friends at BAM Acupuncture have to offer. Do you have a loved one that needs care but don't want to entrust that care to someone you don't know? Marton Care can help. Then rev up for the Buffalo Auto Show. The cars are the stars, with more in 2024. All on this edition of The Big Whack presents Buffalo on the Rise.
I'm Joe Chili. You can listen to me mornings on the Big Whack. Joining us today on Big Whack Buffalo on the Rise is Jonathan McDonald from BAM Acupuncture. Jonathan?
How are you doing today, Joe?
I'm doing very well. As a matter of fact, thanks to you and some of the stuff that you gave me for my shoulder to make me feel a little bit better. Thank you. I do appreciate that.
Good.
You know, you talk about BAM and you talk about integrative health. Maybe you can describe what integrative health is.
Yeah, so at BAM Acupuncture, obviously we specialize in acupuncture. But what we do that sets us apart, that is unique to us, is we take a time-tested medicine, which is acupuncture, and what we do is we seamlessly blend in some more modern, innovative techniques in integrative medicine. And what that's allowing us to do is we can help people that maybe don't respond to more conventional Western treatments. You know, people that don't get the results. I get a lot of patients that have seen specialists and doctors and chiropractors, and they're just not getting where they need to be. So by blending in acupuncture with some more complementary techniques, we can really help people gain control of their lives again. You know, so, you know, that neuropathy or that fibromyalgia or that autoimmune condition isn't defining your life. You know, you can take control of your life back. That's what our goal is when patients come see us.
How do you feel? I mean, you've talked to me before about people coming to you as a last resort. How do you feel about being the last resort? I mean, of course, they also say they save their best till last. You know, I've heard that before too, right?
Yeah, and I think there is some truth to that. You know, I've been practicing a long time, and that is a common theme. I would say 90% of the people that come in my office, I will always hear, you know, I've been everywhere, and this is, you know, I've been told I just have to learn to live with this. You know, and for me, I don't think that's the case, you know. I think what that is when you walk around and the only thing you carry is a hammer, everything starts looking like a nail. So people come to me looking for maybe a different perspective, a different way of looking at their problem. And that's really the strength of what we do. And that allows us to kind of take these complicated things, look at it from an Eastern lens and really make sense of it. And then it's just a matter of finding the right tools. You know, not everybody is a nail. Maybe, you know, you're a staple. Maybe you're a screw. I get a lot of screwballs, you know. And, you know, I say that jokingly, but there is some truth to that. I mean, a lot of the people that come see me, that's how they feel. Like, I've been to this place, I've tried this, I've done this, and it doesn't work. Is there something wrong with me?
Well, you know, I think some of the other things that people look at now is they say, I don't want to put all those different medicines or chemicals in my body. I want to find, you know, because I think people, you know, and I don't want to be working in generalizations here, but, you know, you get a vaccine for this, a vaccine for that, a vaccine for this, and it seems endless.
Yeah.
But when you talk about some of the things you're doing, you're talking about, I don't know if holistic is the right way to put it, but you're talking about things that aren't necessarily in a bottle, captured in a bottle, right?
Yeah, exactly. And like holistic is a term that was used way back at the beginning of my career, but I don't hear that as much anymore. I think kind of the buzzword now is integrative. And I think the reason for that is we use a lot of things and people like to kind of steal little pieces of Chinese medicine because it works so well. You know, and you're seeing more and more evidence of that as people start doing it more, it becomes more of a mainstream medicine. But really today it is like I am often the last resort, you know, because people just don't think of acupuncture as being something that can help chronic, complicated problems.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been practicing for 20 years.
20 years. Now, forgive me for asking this. Does it ever get old?
You know, no. I mean, let's be honest, I'm not breaking bricks, right? Like with my job, I'm sticking needles in people. So physically it's not a difficult job, but you know, I get a lot out of it. A lot of the people that come see us, they have complicated problems. So they're seeing us for a while. You know, I have patients that might see us for 3-4 months. In that time, you know, they're getting better and we've developed relationships and we become family. So when I go into work every day, it's like seeing extended family, you know, and granted when people start, they're not in a good place, but towards the end, you know, they're happy, they're grateful to us. So no, I mean, my job is fun. And you know, when you walk through my clinic, I like to say the soundtrack of my clinic is laughter. You know, you will hear people laughing. It is loud. It is people talking and conversing and commiserating together. So no, you know, it never gets old. I love what I do.
You know, one of the things, I mentioned this to you off the air, and I think I want to say it too to people here. One of the things about you is you're a real person. Mm-hmm. You know, when I talk to you, you're not, you know, like you said, if I told someone that this wasn't going to hurt, and then they came into my clinic and it hurt, all of a sudden I lose all credibility. Right. So you're speaking in real terms to me, to the audience out there. You're talking about that. So, you know, get a couple of minutes left. Who are the people who should give your clinic a call?
You know, if you are someone who feels hopeless, like you have tried these different things and it just hasn't worked for you, maybe it's time for a different perspective. You know, maybe less pills, maybe no pills, less pain, no pain. You know, that's really what we're bringing to the table at BAM Acupuncture. We are looking to see if we can solve your problem, and if we can, you know, I will spell out a clear path. You know, I realize that a lot of people that come see me have been to a lot of places and they feel almost patronized, you know, because maybe there isn't answers at this particular clinic, so we just gotta kind of pacify you. I'm going to speak to you in real terms. You know, if I can help you, I'm going to tell you in plain language what it's going to take to get you where you want to go. If I can't help you, I mean, I do occasionally, sadly, get patients in my office that it's just too progressed. I'm going to let you know, you know. I'm not going to pull any punches. So yeah, I like, that is an emphasis of focus for me, is I want to talk to you like a person. I want you to know I'm a person. And then we have a relationship. We're working as a team. You know, I'm not doing something to you. I'm kind of guiding you along until you get where you want to be.
I think that's great. For more information and answers to your questions, contact Buffalo Advanced Medical Acupuncture by calling 716-632-2207 or go to BAM, B-A-M, BAMacupuncture.com. That's BAMacupuncture.com. Sponsorship and promotional consideration for the preceding segment was provided by the following. I'm Joe Chili. You can listen to me mornings on the Big Weck. Joining us today on the Big Weck's Buffalo on the Rise is Nicole McDonald from Marton Care. I said that right. It's Marton Care. Hey, welcome. Nice to have you here today.
Thank you so much for inviting.
Sure. Now, tell us, you know, for the benefit of the audience, what exactly is Marton Care?
So, Marton Care is probably the best thing that ever happened to the home care industry, especially since COVID. You literally get to hire whoever you want to take care of you. So no more waiting for aides to come on their time frame. You hire who you want, you set the schedule, Medicaid pays them. That's it in a nutshell.
Really? So I can select like an actress? to come take care of me?
Sure.
No, that's, you know, that's great. And you know, there's a movement now, I think, that people really want to stay in their homes, don't they? I mean, they're
Absolutely.
comfortable there, and I think that the fact that you know, I don't know, like, you know, my former mother-in-law would say things like, you know, well, my husband built this house. Of course, I don't want to leave it to somebody else, and I know where everything is here, and things like that. So there is a certain comfort level in that.
There is a tremendous comfort level. People tend to do so much better at home versus a facility. Family members are making sure they're eating correctly, taking the medication correctly, getting the socialization that they need. They're being cared by members that care for them, not just a stranger, and they're in their own home.
And who can hire, when it comes to this?
So the person that needs the care is the one that hires whoever they want. There's only 4 people that cannot be paid to take care of them, but other than that, the options are pretty much open to whoever they choose.
What are you talking now about when you talk to care? Not just individuals in their house, but do you have anything to do with meals or medicines or things of this nature?
Absolutely everything. Assistance with cooking, cleaning, bathing, getting them to their appointments, making sure that they are doing their physical therapy if they need it, making sure that they are having their everyday lives are functioning and they're happy. So it's an amazing whole. It's kind of turned the care industry on its head, because before the only options were really available is to go through an agency and pay out of pocket, which is an astronomical amount of money.
Oh, sure.
And it tends to lead most people into bankruptcy, just to care for their loved ones.
One of the things I noticed here in prepping for this was something called CDPAP. And I looked at it initially and I go, oh, does she mean CPAP? But what is CDPAP?
It is Consumer Directed Personal Assistance Program. Consumer being your
Us,
mom.
Yeah.
You're the one that is hiring them. You are considered the employer. You get to pick your own personal assistant. You set your schedule. You dictate all of it. We just have the pleasure of setting it all up and paying them.
When you talk about people that are helping in their individual's home or things like this, do they help people get to like doctor's appointments and
Yes.
things of this nature too?
How they do. However, with the Consumer Direct program, there are a lot of benefits that come with this. Medical transportation is one of them. So if you're a person who is caring for them but doesn't have a vehicle, they can still get to their doctor's appointments. That is something that is paid for by this program. They get home delivered meals through this program. They get so many things. The emergency response unit, I've fallen and I can't get up. That one. These things are all provided with the CDPAP program.
Why would you say that Marton Care is better?
We handle everything from absolute start to finish. So you're not dealing with this person. You have to call and set these appointments up. We set everything up from the very start to the very end. We literally hold your hand until you're ready to go. I got this. If things come up, you call us, we will resolve them.
So soup to nuts, if they will, handles everything, right? So you don't have to worry about that. How do people get started?
It's real easy. They call our office. The first thing we need to do is make sure they have Medicaid. That is the qualifier. That is what takes it from private pay to Medicaid paying for your home care. The nice thing about this is that a lot of people hear that term Medicaid and they feel like they won't qualify, that they make too much income. For this particular program, that's not necessarily the case. That's what makes us different. If they don't have Medicaid, most agencies won't touch them.
MartonCare.com, and I want to make sure that that I say this correctly for the website www.martoncare.com. So that people don't get confused with the name, and because then it may take them someplace else. So, website, people can call you.
Absolutely.
And do you have an initial meeting and just go through everything with someone to see whether or not they would qualify or whether or not it's something they want to do?
The first 3 minutes of a phone call, I can tell them explicitly, you do qualify. We need to do this to get you qualified. We need to move this around. These are the next 3 steps. Here is your timeline from start to finish when you can expect to have paid home care. which makes us a cut above because nobody else will walk them through that.
Nicole, it seems like you take the whole stress out of it, so that's a great thing. For more information and answers to your questions, contact Marton Care by calling 716-772-3727 or go to Marton Care, M-A-R-T-O-N, care.com. Sponsorship and promotional consideration for the preceding segment was provided by the following. I'm Joe Chile. You can join me mornings on The Big Wack. Joining us today on The Big Wack's Buffalo on the Rise is Paul Stasiak from the NFADA. Paul, good to see you.
Great to see you.
You know, I think you and I have the same people that do our hair.
At least we have hair.
That's exactly right. Let's talk about the auto show. I know, it's coming up, and it's something, I don't know, when I was a kid, this was one of the biggest things that I would ever go to. My parents would take me to it, and I felt like, when you used to have the Batmobile and things like that, I would feel like I was part of the show. It was just so great. And you've seen all of these things, Is it still exciting for you?
Joe, there's a lot of people that feel that same way because they weren't going back then. So it's a new generation. I mean, the auto show is exciting for a lot of people for a lot of different reasons. First of all, social media, the online websites. People want to come to the show now and see the car, get in the car without having to feel threatened to buy the car. So they can't buy it online without test driving it and getting in it. So it's exciting. Our social media is blowing up, asking about the car and electrification and hybrids. So it's a different kind of excitement, but it's also a different time.
All right, dates for the auto show this year.
February 1st through the 4th.
4 days of excitement. And is it, I think I can understand what you're saying about individuals when they want to shop. I almost like to go to, a car dealership when it was closed and kind of go through the things in the parking lot. Although I can't tell you that I haven't been questioned by police before, but I look that way. You know what I mean? But
it's the hair.
It's exactly what it is. And I said, I'm Paul Stasiak. It's okay that I'm here. No, but they want to see these things, but you can't get the feel for what the car is like, what the interior is like. You can't get to see all the little nuances, right?
Joe, that's exactly what the auto show offers everybody. The people, the families with children, the person that's getting out of vehicle A to go to vehicle B, the non-threatening environment where they can walk freely, talk freely, sit in and out. Can't drive them, but they know what they ruled out. A lot of it is, I didn't expect that car to look that nice. I didn't expect it to be that comfortable. I didn't expect it to have that technology. That we hear more of that. People came with their mind fixed on, I want to go get in vehicle A, but when they leave, they're looking at vehicle B and C as well. So that's the beauty of what I do now. I mean, we help matchmaker.
Well, now that I've got you here in person, I have to ask you a question.
Sure.
And you were the guy that would know the answer to this.
Hope so.
That new car smell, is there something in that tells you want to buy this car? Is it a subliminal thing? Is it something that he put in the mixture of that? What do you think?
It's a terrific question. I don't have the formula. We don't sell the formula, but there is something about that new car smell. If a dealer or a manufacturer could bottle it and spray it, they would own the market. It's uncanny. It's the plastic, the leather. It wears off too quick in the dealer's mind.
Oh yeah, I understand that. When you start talking about electric vehicles, because that's really big right now, are we talking about hybrids? Are we talking about all electric or both?
Terrific question. I think there's a tremendous amount of hype from the government about EVs and electric vehicles. Our manufacturers, our dealers are all in. They're doing everything they can to produce an efficient electric vehicle, one with a long range of charge. It's a tremendous investment. Our dealers have made millions of dollars of investments in their own dealerships and across. The consumer has not embraced the EV as quickly as many people would like. The vehicles are awesome. They're fast, they're pocket rockets, they're efficient. There's still that apprehension. So what does that mean? People now can come to our show, look at the EV, look at a hybrid, and look at a combustible vehicle. They can mystery shop, comparative shop, and maybe, just maybe say, this EV option is a little bit more enticing than I thought when I walked into the event. Our auto show has an energy zone. Mark set up a terrific zone. We have professionals from NYSERDA, from New York Power, from various vendors, not dealers, talking to the consumers and saying, here's what you can do and here's what you can't do. That we've had this now for a number of years, and it's just magnified with the consumer interest level. They want to talk to somebody that's not a dealer, not Ford, GM, Chrysler, Toyota, Honda, Nissan. They want to talk to the professionals in that window, and we have them there. So that's going to help.
Can you win a car this year?
Yep.
Yeah?
One every day.
One every day of the 4 days of the show?
Different car every day.
Oh, fantastic. That's great. Chance to win a car a day. And what about tickets? What are ticket prices?
Yeah, ticket prices are 10 in advance. We've got discount tickets at Top Stashes and Consumer Beverage. You go online, buffaloautoshow.com, and there'll be 13 at the gate, so you can save a little money. If you go to one of the ticket outlets, you can buy 3, get 1 free. So it'd be $30 for 4 tickets. It's the cheapest entertainment in town.
Any kind of special deal for kids?
Come with your parents. Yeah, if you're under 5, yes.
Really? Mm-hmm. You don't think I could pass, even on my knees, walking?
You look like me. They might give you a break. They might give you a break.
Well, that's great. All right, so if people want more information, website, they want to check that out and check out, can they see some of the vehicles or hear about some of the vehicles that are going to be there?
Yep, buffaloautoshow.com is where I want everybody to go to talk about parking, talk about logistics, talk about hours, talk about entrance. Just everything that will go around our show should be in buffaloautoshow.com. As far as the vehicles, they're getting uploaded daily. One thing about a show, it's cool for me. I've been in this business a long time. I didn't go gray overnight. There's a mystery between the manufacturers. We'll be starting to move in vehicles, and we don't even know what they're bringing. They'll give us a floor plan on paper that says vehicle A, B, C, D, E. We don't know if that's a Blazer. We don't know if it's a it's competitive thing between the manufacturers, and I don't want to show somebody what I'm bringing until it's there, so they can't compete and bring a facing vehicle. So when people ask me what's coming, I know we got some really cool eye candy, but I don't know in all the vehicles.
So this is going to be a secret to Paul as well. For more information and answers to your questions, contact Buffalo Auto Show by going to buffaloautoshow.com. Sponsorship and promotional considerations for the preceding segment was provided by the following.
Thanks for watching this edition of the Big Wack Presents Buffalo on the Rise. For information on this and other shows, go to our website, bigwack.com, and find out how you can participate on the program if you're a hometown business. I'm Joe Chili. Thanks for watching and listening to the Big Wack, Buffalo's oldie station.
The Big Wack Presents Buffalo on the Rise was sponsored by Dr. Kaplansky Dental Implants. Get new permanent teeth in 24 hours with our exclusive Teeth Now process.